What's up, YouTube? What's going on? Javier Salas. How's everything, bro? Can you hear me? So wait for a couple of people to get on here, see what's going on. Showing some books here. I saw your video today, Jeff G. Good video, bro. How'd you like the books? Everything look up to snuff for you? I think I packed them. Hey, Jesus Gaza, what's going on, brother? How's everything? Let me know how the books came back. They looked like they came to you in good condition, Jeff. I always try and pack as tight as we can, so make things good. All right, perfect. How'd your son like the Tomb of Dracula? Hey, Joker, what's going on, bro? How's everything, my brother? Jeff, how'd your son like that Tomb of Dracula 10? You like it? Eli, fellow New York Warrior here. What's going on, kid? Yeah, this. I don't know if you guys have checked out Big East Comics new video. He did a whole video. They did a live haul video. Unfortunately, I couldn't make that part of the video, but I had met up with them earlier on during the day. Hey, Wobbles, what's going on? We had all met up during the day and exchanged some books. I had put in a CBCS order during New York Comic Con. I had gotten some books signed, pressed, and stuff for the guys. So I was giving them their books there. And I sent it off to CGC. Hopefully, you get a nice grade on that. Let me know what the grade comes back. I'm interested to see if how close I am. But anyway, if you guys have not seen Enrique's video, check it out, man. It's pretty cool. They did a street side unboxing. It was pure New York. It's just how we roll. Everybody was just hanging out, laughing, talking, looking at books and shit. That's the way we are. I mean, we were outside that day, and just talking shit, exchanging books. The shop owner who me and Biggie's know for years, he came on. He was bullshitting with us outside. He's having a cigarette break and just hanging out with all the guys. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. A lot of fun. Now con season is coming for us, so we're all gonna start getting ready to go to our cons. We start off with Big Apple. Big Apple's coming up, so I think it's next Saturday. I think I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna try and get Steranko to sign another book for me. I have him on a Captain America book, an X-Men book, but I have the first Lorna Dane, but I want him to sign my first Polaris, just because it's such an iconic. I wanted to get the book in a little bit of a higher grade, but I think I'll take the signature no matter what, whichever way I can get it. So book's not in bad shape. I gotta really look at it, press it out before I bring it to there and get it submitted. But excited for that. It should be a good time. It's always good when I get to see New York Warriors. I know Market 316 is going. I believe Jeff Johnson is going. Manny will be there. He's usually working it. You know what? I've looked at Go Collect. They're good. I don't know how they gather their information. That's what I would like to know. How, what sites are their information gathered from? $20 a signature right now for Steranko. Listen, he's a legend. I have no problem giving Jim Steranko my $20. My problem is, and it's not a problem, is that Steranko loves to talk. So he's so fan friendly that it takes a long time when you're on his line. He'll be there for an hour easy. Amazing Murphinator, what's going on, my brother? How's everything? Amazing Murphinator. We might meet up this year. He might be doing a con out this way, hopefully. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, see, so we got Big Apple. Then there's one in Long Island that I was looking at. And they had some really good artists and creators there. So I might do that. Probably Market 316 will be up there. And then East Coast is our big one before New York Comic Con. We all meet up over there at East Coast, and this year George Perez is coming back. That's the con he was supposed to be at when he had his stroke that time. So to see him, I was waiting for him, and it was a little disappointing. AG Surfer's coming too. I'm sorry, guys, but Amazing Murphinator, AG Surfer coming down to one of the cons by us. That's going to be a good time. You know what? New York Warriors are going to hook up with some fellow YouTubers there. Wobbles, it says you got a straight adventure 205, 4.5 for 160 last year. Now Go Collect says it's like 220 a book now. Yeah, that has nothing to do. That 1 year, if the book starts to pick up some steam, it could definitely go up. I've seen books go up a couple $100. The other thing you could use, Wobbles, and just to get a feel of what the current market is go to YouTube and use the sold function. Look for the graded book you want and see the sold functions, and you'll be able to see. You'll get a gauge of what people are actually paying for those books out there right now. So that's something that I use a lot too. That works for me. Hey, Costa Rica, what's going on? Yeah, that's a good gauge. I use that, and I use GPA analysis because I've had it for a while. Cholula's coming down also. Holy shit! Wow, that's going to be a good show. Everybody's coming out for George Perez. This is going to be a posse. We're rolling deep in this show. So yeah, we met up. I picked up my pull for the week. So and my shop is doing their March Madness. So if you buy, I think it's if you buy 5 books, you get 30% off. 10 books, it's 35, and it keeps going up all the way up to 70 or 75% off if you pick up enough books. And they put some restock in there. So I picked up 5 books, as I always show them support. This book I picked up some steam. It's Annihilation Conquest Wrath #1. So I found that in the back issue bin. Joke M21. Mike showed me this book, and I just loved it. I believe it's a Djurjevic cover, but true. This is the Vulture to me. So I love that cover. Bought it for nothing but the cover. That's great cover art. Picked up Brightest Day #10. First appearance of the second one, Aqualad. The character escaping my name. The name's escaping me right now. He's in all the Titan videos and everything like that. Really good. There's good spec book here. Found this also. It's Harbinger Zero, but it's the second print. I wish it was the first print, which Harbinger Zero first print would be the pink cover, which would be that you had to mail in the coupons. But it's the second print. I'd never seen it, so worth picking up as a gamble. I saw some 9/8s on this book, selling for almost $100, so I'll take that. And Star Wars #8, first appearance of, forgetting the rabbit's name, but first appearance there. Probably like a fine copy, but again, I got 30% off all of those books. So you support the LCS. Also, everything else in the store was 20%. So even my pull list, I was able to get that stuff for 20%. So picked up the Requisite Art Germ. Probably going to get this signed at New York Comic Con this year by Art Germ. Whatever his best covers are, I try and get him to sign up for me. Picked up that. I just like that. That's pretty cool. It's the Skrulls variant for X-Force. Picked up hey Murph, you might have seen this book before. Picked up the Chew Batgirl. Different show, but this is a great. I love this. Reminds me a little bit of Djurjevic's work right there for Fantastic Four #7 variant. And then I thought the book of the week was Frank Cho's Shazam. That's a great cover. Frank Cho is going to be at Big Apple, so I'm probably going to try and get this. Really, Joker. See, Art Germ, the way he was doing it at New York was if you bought one of his prints, the first book was free, and then it was $5 each additional book. Yeah, his commissions was very expensive. I saw that. But what he did add recently, I saw, is a quick sketch commission, and they look pretty good. So I might go to him. He buys his own booth at New York, so he's actually right on the vendor's floor. He's not down in Artist Alley at New York Comic Con. He's on the main floor. So usually a bunch of people pass him up. Usually, like this year, he was on the main floor, and Clayton Crane was on the main floor. Perillo was on the main floor, and Bettina were all on the main floor, and Warren Lau was also on the main floor with KRS Comics. So besides Artist Alley, you had all of these really good artists on the main floor. Midtown this year, for the first time, had a signing at New York Comic Con. So they had Mark Bagley there one day, and Matina, and there were quite a few. Joe Jusko was signing for them. Neil Adams head sketches, yeah. He's been expensive for a while, but you know what? He's iconic. I mean, his Batman is one of the greatest Batmans ever to me. His Batman is Batman, and then Jim Lee takes it to that next level, in my opinion. Just my opinion, but takes it to the next level. So I don't know if you guys, like I was talking about it before, if you guys saw Big E's comics video, but before the con, he had brought a book to me, and he had a book that he wanted to get pressed out, and he felt it was going to garner a much higher grade than what it was. So he showed me the book, and it definitely had some pressable defects to it, and it was an old label CGC. So when you get the chance, if you do see those old labels, they might be pressed, but chances are they weren't as commonly pressed back then at that time as they are now. So yeah, Adams to Lee, like Romita to McFarlane. I agree, Murph. Romita set the bar for Spider-Man, and then McFarlane came in and changed the world with his spaghetti webbing and his posing, the big eyes. Just changed it. Yeah, and that's it, Jeff G. So we looked at the book, and we thought we had a good shot of getting that book higher up. And we pressed it out, and it went from an 8.0 and came back a 9.6. So, I mean, after the signature and everything. So we were extremely happy. I mean, that was a great, hey, Joke M21, what's going on, kid? So that was a great bump. I mean, it was just amazing. He got a couple of big, one great bumps. Manny got a couple of great bumps. So, all in all, the pressing worked on their books. It was good. Everybody got some nice, great bumps. I fixed one of Mike's books, that Avenging Spider-Man book. We did some work on that book. It came back better than it did. That's the biggest grade bump I've gotten. I've gotten 3 grades up before. Now that's 5 grades, because you go 8.5, 9, 9.2, 9.4, 9.6. That's 5 grades that it went up. That's a big difference. No, they're not worth more having Joker 68's asking if they're worth more having them in those cases. No, it's the same price. You still pick them up. There's no difference. No market acceptable 9.7s. Yeah, imagine that. 5.7s, and I don't know what he was rambling about. Yeah, we got to work some. It was good. I enjoy pressing the books, and I like seeing guys get some good results. So things have gotten pretty good. Yeah, I got a couple of good bumps from Amazing Murphinator. That X-Men 266, right? We did for you. That one was really good. So it was good. Yeah, I'm going to look at that probably tomorrow, Mike, because I'm free now. I finished the last set of books I'm doing. So now I'm pressing like 20 books for the New York Warriors. And I'm going to do a book for Mike. I paid, it depends on what you get. So guys are using T-shirt presses. The school of thought I was taught was they're okay. But I went with the Seal 160. You can go up to the 210, I believe it is, and before it changes into 220, so it's 120 volts. I got a good deal on mine. What they're gonna get you is on the shipping. I paid 200, and it was 75 for the shipping. You got to look at the platings on it, that they're not all scuffed up and everything, and the bottom pads and stuff like that, and just make sure everything is functioning properly. So that's my advice on that, Rags. and then just a shitload of books and a lot of research. Research, practice, practice. Hey, Biggs, how's it going, bro? I hope you feel better. So, let me show you. So, I got my CBCS order back Friday. I got it back in. And I think I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had 11 books. I have 10 now because I did a raffle for a book on Instagram. And fellow YouTuber, hopefully he'll be showing in his video, actually won it. So I was happy for him because it's a nice book. It's a real nice book. But let me show you this. So, like this book here, I love the artwork. Me and Joker M21 were walking around, and he was going to get an artist, and I wasn't. And then I saw this book, and I was like, ah, man, I just love that cover. This was good. It was at KRS Comics, and I picked up Warren Lyle's Justice League #1. His variant, I loved his variant there for Wonder Woman. He did a really nice job. He signed it right there. So, Puff Puff Comics, what's going on? This came back in 9.6, signed by Warren Lyle. So I was happy with that. Really nice. And, we picked that out right then and there. Book I had, I'll show you like what I say. Love this cover. I don't know if I'm going to part with it. I was thinking about selling this, but I don't think I'm gonna. You saw that one, Murph? Watch this one. Oh my God. Look at that. That's art germ for the generations. Wolverine and all new Wolverine #1. That cover is amazing, bro. I just loved that cover. Fire. That's not a mailed in cover by art germ. And we got a 9.8. So this is probably staying in the collection just because of Wolverine and X-23. I'm a big fan of both. Yeah, right. Wobbles will be when he was. He had already done the Batgirl, and he had done some other really iconic covers. But that's when he started doing a lot of variant covers and stuff like that. And sometimes they were mailing it in. It's kind of like J. Scott Campbell's done in a while. But this is one that his recent work has been really good. So I got him to sign the Batgirl right there, and it came back at 9.8 also. This is probably going to be on the New York Warriors auction tomorrow. If you guys have the chance, come check out the New York Warriors. Big E's and the boys will be doing an auction tomorrow at 9:30, I believe it is. And Doom 143 is going to be on. He's always got good books. The Warriors got hella books. You get hella deals, a lot of laughs. Every time we were on there, we just take it to another level, a lot of laughter. But I tell you, since I made friends with these guys, the collecting experience has become that much more fun. So my example of that is you go to a con and you're there, you stand on the line by yourself. You might talk to the guy next to you on the line or anything else just to kill time, but you're by yourself. Now we go to a con and there's always 2 or 3 of us. So I always have somebody to hang out. There's always somebody to hang out with, somebody to talk to, bullshit, kick it, show a book that you think you might be buying, and he'll give you some advice. Talk you into buying a book. Sometimes it works that way. So this year at New York, before it had happened, we saw the year before we did John Byrne. We were able to get John Byrne to sign some books through CGC. John Byrne at that point was not signing. I don't even know if he's still signing, and allowing books to get graded. But because of CBCS, we were able to get John Byrne's signature. He wasn't doing anything through CGC. CGC would not authenticate his signature at that show. So he was the big guy that year. The year before that, Frank Miller, we had gotten. So every year we try and get one of the premier artists that you don't see. I got Brian Michael Bendis this year. For me, that was huge. He's written some of my favorite stuff. Bendis has been the author for a lot of that stuff. So, but this year Alex Ross was doing a signing, and the price was worth it. It was $60. You were getting that Marvelocity book signed by him and Chip Zdarsky that was with him. There you go for 6 hours. But were you able to get it graded, Wobbles? That's the whole thing, right? You can get Byrne's signature, but getting Byrne's signature graded, you don't see too many Byrne graded signatures. I have two now. So on X-Men book, which were really, really, I was so happy, So Alex Ross was doing that signing, so he gave you the Marvelocity book, and then it was also a Black Panther print signed by him, and you're supposed to be able to give him one book, but it wound up he signed multiples that day for people. So I got two books signed by him. Book I got signed here, it's a beaut, is for the 75th anniversary of the Uncanny X-Men, and it's signed by Alex Ross right there. This came back at 9.4. I missed, and I'm mad at myself, but I missed a corner rub on the bottom here, which brought this back. But you don't see Alex Ross's signatures too often, encapsulated as much. This is going to be on the New York Warriors auction also. All right, so if anybody's interested, we'll be showing this there. I went to Chris Claremont. He's at New York every year, and he signs for a long period of time. So I went this year, and every year I try and submit at least one of my X-Men books and do that classic Byrne Claremont run. Little by little, I've been getting those encapsulated, trying to make sure that they come out nice. I take my higher grade ones. So this book picked up a lot of steam this year, and I was able to get Claremont to sign it, and it's X-Men number 135, and this came back at 9.4. Would have preferred a 9.6, but I'll take a 9.4. So this is a keeper in my collection until I can get a higher graded one. Trying for 9.6 and 9.8 all the way across. But for now, this is definitely a great placekeeper. Yeah, I know yours came back at 9.6. I saw that, Biggs. That thing was nice. I should have just switched our books around. Let me stop. I would never do that. A good read. What's right? Yeah. So a good read, and got this signed by both David Mack and Brian Michael Bendis. And this book died down a little bit, but it's still a nice book. I love the story arc, so something to keep in my collection, definitely. Brian Michael Bendis killed it on this, and I love the David Mack artwork on this stuff. Just really, really good. Great character. This is a dark ass book, man. And you read, the TV series did it some justice, but the Purple Man's a fucked up man. So when he gets caught up in this stuff, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. 6. Trey Boogie, what's going on? What's the word? NYCC dude actually stated that 90 GPA in the last sold on his slabs for sale. Trace back at home. It took me 5 months this time, Joker, to get him back, and that's my problem. I love being able to be a witness. I hate the fact that I have to wait 5 to 6 months for my books. It's just taking way too long, way too long. It just drives me nuts when I have to wait that long. Um, if you guys have seen my New York Comic Con experience video, what we did this year, you'll see. I got through a friend of mine. He was friend with a very famous artist, and he got the guy to do a nice commission for me. He did a beautiful Wolverine drawing for me, and it meant the world because it was a friend of mine who, he just wanted to give me an act of kindness for kind of being a mentor to him when he was an up and coming guy coming up in the line of work we do, and it meant a lot, So he got Adam Kubert to draw a Wolverine sketch for me, and it just came out amazing. Couldn't thank him, couldn't thank him enough. It's pretty funny because Manny was with me and my son and a couple other guys. Greg was with us, and we were just talking for the longest time. Man, it's like, yo, let's go. You're holding up the line, man. People got to go. And so I was like, fuck that shit. But he was a down to earth guy, just real good dude. But I did get him to sign one of my favorite Adam Kubert covers. That's right, Mike. You were with us too, and that's this. Love that. That's a spin on a recreation of that classic Wolverine cover, except she has a lollipop in her mouth. Got him to sign it in gold pen. And yeah, that's a fire book right there for me. This is one of those books that just stays in my collection forever just because of the artwork. I just love that cover. And I try and get, every artist that I enjoy or creator that I enjoy, I try and get one book signed by them to keep in the collection. That's my thing. So this is look at that. That's just dope shit right there. That's Adam Kubert at his best. Really, really nice. And dude, he's a nice guy. He was a hell of a guy to talk to. Just bullshitting with him for a while. So then, told you we did the Alex Ross signing, right? And I got 2 books signed by Alex Ross. So I showed you the first one. That book will be going on the New York Warriors auction tomorrow. But let me show you the second book. I was very, very happy with this. Oh, yeah. 9.8. Fantastic Four #1. That is gorgeous. That is a gorgeous cover. Look at the way he drew the Thing and the Human Torch. Look at Reed. I mean, that's realism. Wow. Look at that. Look at Sue. And that's just a thing of beauty. Yeah, well, you know what, Wobbles, that's us. We window board all our books. I know a lot of Amazing Murphinator does the same thing. A lot of guys in the community do it, but you pick your placement. Where you think that it's going to pop. Doesn't take up too much of the original art. I wanted to keep the whole FF untouched and keep that logo untouched. So what better place there? I thought that was probably the biggest spot I had to give him a room to sign his autograph. I looked up what his signature looked like, so I could basically figure out how much spacing I needed on his signature. And then you just window board it out with blue paint tape. Take the book out, put extra backing board in, cut it out with an X-Acto knife. Take out that piece of plastic, put your book back in, and then what I do, I have extra bags, so that when I submit it to CGC, I switch out the bags and put the book into a fresh bag so there's no opening anymore. And this is the end result. You get something like that. Fire. Straight fire, Murph. Nothing but fire. Kirby Crackle almost, right? It's a beauty, man. I tell you what, I don't understand, Jeff G, how Alex Ross's books, his variants, his 1 in 50s, don't carry as much of a premium as some other guys. The work he puts in, it's 20 times better than some of these guys 1 in 50s that go for so much more. I mean, set the world on fire when he did Marvels, and then he went into DC, and he did Kingdom Come over there. And then he came back to Marvel, and he just killed it. Killed it. Look at his cover arts. Some of this, when he does runs a cover, like Immortal Hulk. Look what he's doing right now with Immortal Hulk. The next cover of Immortal Hulk is insane. I am definitely buying 2 copies of that. Just try and get one signed if I get to see Alex Ross again, because he's still doing his Marvelocity tour. I just saw that he was doing a signing at a Barnes and Noble somewhere, and if I ever get the opportunity, I want to get a couple more books signed by him. Because he's a guy I like to keep in the PC. I can look at those books all day long, just the covers. Jeff G says he loves his Superman stuff. He does do good Superman stuff. But did you see his new Detective Comics? I know everybody likes that recreation he did for Detective. What's it? 27? What that they do the recreation? But the other book that comes with that set, that Batman book. Oh my God, amazing. Dude, it's my passion. It's what I like to do. Besides my family, and I take my work serious, but besides that, I love my comic books. I love my artwork. I love talking about comic books. I like pressing people's books, and it's my hobby, but it's something I believe in. I was brought up on it. My father used to collect. I got my brother collecting. My son reads. It's a family thing. It sold out in minutes. You're right, Mike. That thing sold out quick. Jeff DeCal is one. I agree with you, Wobbles. I like Jeff DeCal. He's done some really good work this year. He's Ben Oliver's the other guy that I like too. He does some really sick covers. All right. Rags is doing a CGC unboxing video. He's doing the edits now, so he's working on that. You guys know me. I'm an old school guy. I love my bronze, I love my silver. I love it all. But I do love my moderns too. And if you're going to ask me about my moderns, you know what? Eli said something that's pretty interesting there. He said, I would love to see a G.I. Joe Alex Ross cover. That would be amazing, depending on what he did. I would love to see his rendition of the Baroness and whatchamacallit, multiple characters of Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow and stuff like that. Oh my God. Multi-character thing. I just started dabbling in the Golden Age. I picked up a Wonder Woman. I think it's number 30 or 17. It's an early Wonder Woman, but nice stuff. Snake Eyes, I'm telling you, Alex Ross Snake Eyes would be sick. Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, that would be good with a Scarlet and Baroness or something like that along the same. Yeah, I'm going to Big Apple, Regs. I'll be there. So like I was saying, I'm big into the modern. I like certain characters a lot. This was the year for Ultimate Spider-Man, that blew up, but I've been loving Miles Morales. Hey, Silver Age Dave, how's it going? I've been loving Miles Morales since the onset. I read all of that stuff, and it's just good stuff. See Wood, what's going on? Really, really good stuff. I enjoyed the story arc. I enjoyed the character. It was fresh spin. And so I'm fortunate enough to own the 1 in 25 Djurjevic variant. Got that in a 9.6. Like 3 years ago, I got a 9.8 and a 9.6 of his regular cover, signed by Sarah Pacelli, and she did some remarks on it for me. So it was really nice. So this year, when I found out Bendis was going to be there and Crane was going to be there, they both contributed to that book. Bendis writes it, Crane does some interiors, and then Mark Bagley does the cover. Sarah Pacelli does all the pencils and drawings in there. So I went with a mission of getting them all to sign it. I knew that these books weren't perfect 9/8, but I wanted to get their signature, all 4 signatures on the book. Excuse me. So um, I bounced around for a couple of days in New York Comic Con gathering signatures, and I actually raffled off a 9.2. So hopefully he'll do an unboxing. I would assume he would, and he'll show it to everybody out here. Good stuff. But I also got this one here. Hey, Mike, look at this. Ultimate Fallout 4. It's a 9.4, but I use the blue paint pens, and it just pops. You know. So Bagley and Crane, Bendis is there, and where's Pacelli? Sarah Pacelli's up top. Bendis right there. Crane's right there. This is a 9.4. I'm playing with the idea I might be selling this at the New York Warriors auction tomorrow. So if anybody's interested, this is probably going to be up for sale. But 9.4 signed by 4 of the creators on this book. Work of art. Mark Brooks is easy to get. He does New York Comic Con every year, and he signs there. He's actually a pretty nice guy. He usually has a booth set up, and he was sitting next to what's his name this year. If Manny was here, he would be able to help you out with this. He was it's him and oh my god, popular artist too. Does a lot of covers. He's a cover artist. I'm drawing a blank right now. But Brooks is there. I got a couple of books. I got last year. This year I didn't get nothing signed by Brooks. The year before, I got that beautiful Psylocke cover that he did for the Astonishing X-Men #1, the variant. I got the Virgin signed. She has like those pink flowers all around her. Was it Terry Dodson that was next to him? No, it wasn't Terry Dodson. It was somebody else. I'm sorry. But they were right next to each other. It's not Garza. It's fuck. Try to blank. No. I have not had an artist say anything to me about the blue window boarding. No, they just they've been willing. Now, Wobbles is saying McFarlane, Jim Lee, and Frank Miller are at the Fan Expo Canada headliners this year. But will McFarlane, he'll be signing, but will they be doing witnessing for grading on there? I know he only does like 1 signing or 2 signings a year through New York Comics, which when they allow to CGC, because we got him the year before. I got him 2 times at New York Comic Con, and it's still great to get his signature and just meet him, and stuff like that. But can't get it graded. Jim Lee's different. You can pay the price, and Frank Miller, he's a hefty. He's hefty because he charges between like 75 and 100 plus whatever the fee they charge you to get his book signed through his handler. I think he might be part of Comic Sketch Art. Might be handling him, and it gets pricey. Yeah, you know what? That's one I've never done. I really haven't done any signings in the Marvel booth. I've done the DC one every year. Seawood at New York. Nobody says anything, and like when I go to the creators and themselves, I put the books in front of them. Like I just did when I did this signing. I thought that this was a perfect placement for this book here for Donny Cates. So I window boarded it. I know he has a big signature, so I looked for a space where he can give me the big signature. And this one here, I got him to sign it across there too. So I like that. This will be up on the New York Warriors auction this week also. Probably be part of a bundle that I'll put out there. So yeah, that's a way of doing it too, Wobbles. If you don't mind the red label, just send it in and get the red label through CBCS. Just get it authenticated. Beyond the Blast Doors, what's going on, brother? I'm just catching up on the chats there. I'm sorry. And that's a way of doing it. The guy who runs that, he started out on CGC forums, and he used to do on the art pages. I used to get all my commissions. He used to run around through and get people's commissions done on CGC forums for a while before he started his own company. And he blew up. He has a lot of the creators. It's becoming like the baseball market, sports memorabilia market. I've said this before. Now, third parties are getting involved in trying to jack up the prices on us just to get the signature. So you pay for the signature, and then they want you to pay a fee to be able to get it graded also. Everybody's doing it. And I got one more book to show you. And I was really happy with this one. Javier Salas is asking, what brand of paint pen do you guys use? I was introduced to the Sharpie paint pens through Amazing Murphinator, who told me he got them through AG Surfer. And they work great for me. I love that baby blue, the pink, the green. They come out really sharp. I had a problem with the gold this year. Pen was just leaking a little bit too much, but that happens. You shake them bad boys up really good. Give them a little extra time to dry. They take a little longer to dry. So that's the only thing, like at a big con. Got to grab your books and make sure you put them to the side away. I interlock them, so if I'll put one vertical and one horizontal. That way, where the window board is at gets the opportunity to dry. Blow them out. Make sure that they're really dry before I put them in a new bag of boards to get graded. If you're doing them with CGC, same thing. By the time you walk into the CGC booth, you have plenty of time to dry them up before you give them to CGC. So the last book I got, I had one in a 9.6, and I sold it only because I had the quest to get a 9.8, and I was fortunate enough to get that. And background number 12. Got Archer sign that bad boy right there in gold. I got one. I had him signed it in the purple pen here, and it looked good. But I saw Manny had his in gold, and I thought the gold popped a little better. So I went with the gold, and it came back a 9.8. So awesome. Yeah, always test those paint pens. Make sure you shake them. If they sit for a while, you get some of them leave out like a little oily residue on them. So just clean them up really good. Keep them shaked up. Yeah, that's straight fire, that book right there. So those are my books. Quick recap on them. Show you again. We got that Batgirl 9.8. Got that Ultimate Fallout 9.4. That'll be on the New York Warriors auction, signed by Bendis, Crane, Pacelli, and Bagley. Yeah, and you know what? Neil Adams is funny with that stuff, but he signed where I wanted on my book. He was manipulating it around. I got this one, which will stay in the collection. It's my FF number 1, signed by Alex Ross. Another one for the PC, Adam Kubert, signing that Miss Marvel variant. NYX, All the Wolverine. Alias number 1, 9.6, signed by Bendis and David Mack. East Coast is going to be good, right, Mike? We're going to have a good time this year. I can't wait. X-Men number 135, just looking at the number, 9.4, signed by Chris Claremont. See, poor Mike, I want Kubert on that 1 in 10 variant that he has, the first Damian Wayne. That's a book I want to get him signed. That will look perfect with the gold because it's all like gold color. Really nice. He just did a free signing at a store in Brooklyn on Saturday. I didn't get the chance to go. It was in the evening, 6 to 7. Looked like a good time. I know he lives in Brooklyn now, so I guess it was right around him. Uncanny X-Men What's the number on that? Number 29. This is the 75th anniversary. Um, Look at that. That's a beautiful cover. Beautiful cover. Uh, Signed gorgeously by Alex Ross right there. This will be on the New York Warriors auction tomorrow. So anybody wants a nice Alex Ross autograph on some amazing artwork, this will be up for auction. Fire Catwoman. Just love that cover. That was one of the best covers he did last year. That's up on the Warriors auction also. Generations Wolverine and all new Wolverine. Man, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, man, there's going to be some crazy books. I mean, I'm just showing you some of the slabs I got here. You know, it's going to be slab heavy, I think. But guys have been bringing it, putting out some really good books at real good deals for everybody. I think people are leaving happy. Jeff G picked up some really nice books. Jeff G likes that book, huh? I like it too. It's tough to let that one go, Jeff G. You know, tough. It's a nice cover. But I know Jeff G bought some really nice books from me and some of the other guys in the community. So come check out the Warriors tomorrow. They're going to have some fire books. You saw my books, but check out Biggie's books. Check out Joker M21. He's got some real nice books there. There's going to be some good books. I mean, the NYC always has good books. Always has good books. And then badass cover right there by Warren Lau. So this book is going to be up on the auction also. All right. So come check out the New York Warriors tomorrow, 9:30. Doom 143 is going to be a special seller on that auction. Check out all my fellow Warriors and all their channels right now. They're doing really well. I'll probably within the next few days I'll be putting up the parameters for my 800 plus sub contest. I was discussing it with a couple of guys on off air. Think we came up with a good idea. I think you guys are gonna like it. A little different, but that's what we want to do. We want to make it a little interesting. Thanks to Biggs for coming up with a really good idea, I think. Check out Joker M21's new videos. Get his subs up. That guy needs to be up a lot more. He's been putting out some content. Now he's back in the game. He's doing a little editing now. Mike's a good dude. He's got some good books and welcome addition to the New York Warriors. He's been with us for a while now. So 800 subs, Murph. I got 800. Mike, you got 300. Rag said he's going to bring that uptown vibe to the Marcus Garvey Park fire to one of our shows one day. Yeah, man. Giant Size X-Men #1 was your highlight of the year. Yeah. Oh, did you buy Manny's Giant Size? That's right. That was a great book. I remember pressing that book for him when he first got it. We brought it up a little bit, fixed it up. That was a great highlight book, man. That's a book for the year right there. You got a Giant Size X-Men and Tomb of Dracula #10 within like a month. Jeff G's killing it right now. He's a collector of the year so far. Picking books up. Oh, you picked up both of those Golden Age? Yeah. Little by little, Jeff G's. There's a guy right there, guys, that we need to get some subs up on it. Check out Jeff G. He started putting videos out there. He's showing hauls. He's showing us some of his books that he's picking up on the auctions, what he's buying regularly. Maybe one day he'll give us a sneak peek of what's in his collection. We get to see all the good books that he has in his collection, because I love looking at that. Just get a glimpse into what people collect. Something that I really like, like I'll show you, like this book here. This book here is one of my favorites. Love that cover. And, Mr. Sinister, never done properly, never done at all. if they do that franchise right between Lady Deathstrike, Mr. Sinister, Omega Red, so many characters that could be done really good for the X-Men if it's done. This book is so underrated, but the book I want is the more fun variant on this. It's a little pricey. I can't find it in a good condition, but something I want to get. So yeah, that's it for now, guys. I appreciate everybody coming out here, checking out the chat, participating. All right, so Jeff G's got another video coming out. He's going to show some books he bought from Big E's and a couple of the other guys. Joker, good night, Joker. Talk to you soon. But yeah, come check out the New York Warriors tomorrow. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for putting up with me for 45, 50 minutes. I appreciate it. Love talking comics with you guys. Always a good feel. And until my next video, peace.